The Lok Sabha was not born overnight. It took years of deliberation, constitutional amendments, and political will to shape the House of the People. The seeds of the Lok Sabha were sown during the British rule in India, when the Indian Councils Act of 1861 provided for a legislative council consisting of executive council members and non-official members. This was a significant step towards involving Indians in the governance of their own country. The Indian Councils Act of 1892 further democratized the system by establishing legislatures in each of the provinces of British India and increasing the powers of the Legislative Council. While these acts began to include Indians in the government, their power was still limited and the electorate was minuscule. It was only with the Indian Councils Act of 1909 that some Indians were admitted to these councils. The Government of India Act 1919 was another milestone, expanding Indian participation in administration and creating the Central Legislative Assembly. This was the precursor to today's Lok Sabha, and the Parliament House in New Delhi was built and opened in 1927 to house this new assembly. The Lok Sabha, as we know it today, came into being with the Constitution of India in 1950. Initially, the House had 500 members. Over the years, this number has increased to a maximum of 552, with the current Lok Sabha having 543 elected representatives. In an effort to ensure representation of marginalized communities, 131 seats are reserved for representatives of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. And it's interesting to note that the quorum for the House is just 10% of the total membership. The Lok Sabha operates for a term of 5 years from the date appointed for its first meeting, unless dissolved sooner. However, during a state of emergency, this period may be extended. The boundaries of the Lok Sabha constituencies are redrawn every decade by the Boundary Delimitation Commission of India based on the Indian census. This exercise used to include redistribution of seats among states based on demographic changes, a provision suspended in 1976 to incentivize the family planning program. The Lok Sabha has evolved over time to become an institution that strives to represent the diverse voices of India. From its early days during British rule to its present form, it has been a journey marked by challenges and triumphs. To sum up, the Lok Sabha has come a long way since its inception. It started as a rudimentary legislative council under British rule, gradually expanded to include more Indian representation, and evolved into the House of the People with the adoption of the Constitution in 1950. Today, it stands as a testament to India's vibrant democracy, striving to represent the voices of its diverse population. The journey of the Lok Sabha is indeed a reflection of India's own journey as a democratic nation.